Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
No, for fuck's sake. I hate it when you do that.
Lion face. Lemon face. There we go.
Buffet.
Hi guys, it's Geordie and Sean from Twisted Topics, and thank you for joining us with Twisted Heel. We're going to have somewhat of a discussion today about the brand split. What are your opening opinions?
Up until recently, Raw was the Mac Daddy
Mac Daddy.
for me, but SmackDown is promos for SmackDown are better than Raw. Wrestling on Raw is better.
I think.
Well, the recent Luke Harper one, the recent what's his name? Oh, The Miz. Oh, it's really a promo expert, but we'll come on to that in a later video.
Yeah.
Sweet plug.
Sweet plug. So with the brand split, it's been going for about 6 months roughly, something along those lines.
July, I think it was. July?
Yeah, maybe even longer then, a bit more than 6 months. So we're really getting a feel for who's on what brand, what each brand has to offer. So you're firmly in kind of the Raw camp to a degree. Well, and you're learning to love SmackDown more. I'm
liking when SmackDown first took the brand split. I thought you got Shane O'Mac, you got Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson as he's known.
Yeah.
And I thought brilliant combination. They brought some new people in there. Tag team looked really good. It looked really good. And you've all seen what happened.
Yeah, especially with the tag teams.
No.
Yeah, no, I agree with the general managers. So and what do they call them? Like Stephanie, the commissioners, right?
Ugh.
Yeah. So you have the commissioners and the general managers on each side. So you had Steph and Mick Foley.
Who, by the way, looks like an absolute bitch now, doesn't it?
Yeah, the way
he's been.
Yeah,
it's
so
almost like he did it just to get Holy Moly Foley, whatever other.
Yeah, maybe. And it's gotten to the point now where they're kind of teasing that Mick Foley's not going to be in it much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when this video goes up, it might be that he's already gone or he's stayed around. So who knows?
Kind of like they've got him there just until Triple H was ready.
Maybe, yeah. You think he's coming back?
Well, he's
maybe.
Supposedly, or if you watch this after, bringing a new stable in.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be something that's happening. So
the Authority take 2?
Take 2, or Evolution take 7, feels.
Or the Authority take 50,000, really.
yeah, true. So yeah, you've got the commissioners on each side. It felt like you had the ones on Raw, so Steph and Mick, that were kind of appealing to the older generation. You know, have Mick from the Attitude Era.
Yeah, Mick was for a pop, for the cheap pops.
Yeah, and then when you had Shano and Daniel Bryan announced as the GMs for SmackDown, you thought kind of they came across as like the cool parents.
Let's put it like this. I was gutted when Daniel Bryan when he retired. I still think he's going to have a match soon. But when he was announced, I was like, yes. He had the yes movement. He did WrestleMania 30. If you haven't watched it, honestly, watch these 2 matches. One of the best matches I've seen in the last 5 years. But you saw them 2 pair and he was like, Shane O'Mac's back, he's fresh, he's jumping off cages in the WrestleMania.
Yeah, still like 50 odd years old, yeah.
You know, he's loving his life. You thought, yes. And then when the actual brand split actually happened, he was like, oh, some weird choices. Finn Balor got brought up. You know, you had American Alpha. Not really watched NXT at that point, but you saw American Alpha coming up, and he was like, oh, these guys are pretty good. You had, who was it? Was Big Cass up there then? Big Cass and Enzo? Enzo and Cass?
They were already up then, yeah. So they had already been on the main roster for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with the draft itself, and I think a lot of people will agree with this, where it felt like SmackDown got the shaft.
Yes. Yes.
They really did get a lot less talent. I appreciate that they're a 2-hour show versus a 3-hour show.
Is it 2 or is it an hour and 9? Oh.
I think it's 2 hours with adverts and
yeah.
everything included. It's 2 hours, but you know, they got less talent. They got the older guys. They got Cena, Orton,
Yeah.
the guys that have been around a bit longer. Bray Wyatt's already been in the company for a while.
Yeah, but that's what So I understand what you're saying with that, but when they started bringing in the older talent, you thought, bringing in the older talent to help the new talent? When they took AJ Styles, I know he's not new, but the feuds he could have and things like that.
Yeah.
They brought
3 matches.
Yeah. They brought in a few new, like Apollo Crews. You thought, oh, well, this guy looks alright, you know?
Yeah.
You had. It's not that. You just felt like they're bringing in the younger, they're having the newer ones. The NXT comes up, and you had the older guys, and you thought, yes. You had old Corbin going over there, you thought, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Ziggler needed to move away from Raw, let's face it. Ziggler needed to have.
Yeah, he needed. He felt like one of the, because he's always been on that cusp of kind of upper mid card, like even tipping into main event sometimes.
Yeah.
He won the world title a couple of times, and it seemed like he would have really benefited, and at times he has really benefited from the brand split. And like you were saying with Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin,
Even Ambrose,
they to put those guys who maybe they might not be. I mean, I know Apollo and Baron are pretty new to wrestling in general. So to put those guys with your John Cena's, your Randy Ortons, you think that they would really be able to teach them something?
Yes.
And I don't know how it works there, how the development works, but
it's not work.
It's not work for those. Well, actually, Baron's doing better work now.
His promo skills are just ridiculously off the chart now.
In comparison to what they used to be, yeah. They're still doing absolutely nothing with Apollo Crews, though.
I'm kind of glad, because he's got no charisma.
He doesn't seem to have much at all.
You can't even. He could talk paint dead, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like these are the guys that really should have benefited from being on a. I know SmackDown really isn't a smaller show, but it comes across as the B show to Raw's A.
It's kind of like the NXT to WWE. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So you get brought up from NXT to SmackDown and then go to Raw, unless you're one of the big guys from NXT.
Yeah.
And then.
But I just want to point out, even the women. Now I know we're not massive fans of the not divas, the women's wrestling now. You thought, oh, Becky Lynch is going over there, she's going to do good. Alexa Bliss, never really seen her before, but looked good. You had
Nikki Bella stayed over, was over to SmackDown, which was predictable with John Cena going, really.
Yeah. And who was it? Naomi. When Naomi came out with all the dancing and
the glow thing, the glow gimmick.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, she finally won a title, but even that, like Mickie James, what's she doing back?
Yeah, well, I like Mickie James. She's a bit of a throwback, but it's this is where the disagreements start. So I'm big on SmackDown personally. I have been since the brand split. It's actually the show I used to watch more. I've only started watching wrestling again for like not even a year, and SmackDown was one I always used to watch back on Friday nights. Just because it was the only one I could stay up and watch when I was a kid.
No one cared about it.
And yeah, I think one thing that SmackDown have over Raw at the moment is some of the storylines. So you've had the Orton Wyatt family feud thing.
It was good, but it was predictable.
Yeah, and that's
you predicted what happened. You could, as soon as Orton came in, you knew Harper was going to be. What's the word? Just thrown out.
yeah, and it was obvious what his plan was going to be from the start. Yeah, you're right. But with that, you had the AJ Styles Cena feud, which was amazing.
But that was started on Raw. That was started pre-brand split.
Yeah. Just kind of a few things I've done. The Rhino Heath Slater thing.
Oh, that was the Heath Slater
Who
thing.
expected that? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Rhino coming back. Heath Slater needing a new pool or new, what was it, camper van or whatever it is.
That was it for his kids.
Yeah.
He got kids.
Yeah.
Gimmick, which got amazingly over somehow.
And now he's injured and he's probably going to never have that heat again.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And even maybe an unpopular, what I'm about to say, but Zack Ryder and Rojo Morley. Wow.
Rojo Morley.
Was it?
Mojo Rawley. That proves a point there, doesn't it, really, about him. Which they've given him a minor push now that Zack Ryder's
He's looking stronger.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit more serious. He just looks bland now.
Well, let's put it like this. SmackDown. The tag team titles mean nothing. They are redundant. The fact that the Usos are now part of wannabe NWA characters, you know what I mean? It's boring. The tag team division in SmackDown is boring. The tag team division in Raw is now boring. But when the New Day had it, and their gimmick was lame to start with,
it's probably the most over thing in WWE.
Yeah, and they got serial over.
Yeah,
and we're talking quite a lot about SmackDown in this one so far. But I just want to point out one thing that I have really enjoyed about SmackDown. I just want to point out the one thing I do really enjoy about SmackDown is The Miz and Ziggler's feud was...
Oh, it's amazing.
It was intense, wasn't it?
This storyline, this is what I mean when I say SmackDown has the storylines. It, beat for beat, up until the end of No Mercy, when Ziggler won the title, was absolutely amazing.
Theirs.
Yeah.
Name me another on the card that was as good as that. As good or as comparable, or even slightly less.
I'm going to count the Cena Stars thing because most of that has been on SmackDown. Yeah. That those two, they've had like this. They've had like the stories behind everything. There's so many feuds on Raw that are just
you can't even remember. Who's
they're just so episode to episode, aren't they?
And the feuds on Raw are like you say. I don't know if you meant it in the same way about saying, but one week you can be feuding with Rusev, and next week you're feuding with
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means nothing. There's no feud that means anything really.
Yeah.
But with wrestling is
they have the guys, don't they? And this is what I mean when they got the best end of the deal, right? They put it this way, right? Raw when they did the draft, they picked up the New Day fairly early, which you would because they were the tag team titles, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I always expected them to stay on Raw actually. And then, in the next breath, they got Enzo and Cass. Two massively over face tag teams.
Yeah.
Where they're both kind of, I'm not saying they're the same thing, but they're similar. They all get the crowd going, things like this. But they're never going to feud with each other because they're both faces. And because of that, it meant that when the New Day were doing their break the tag team title record, why have two massively over face tag teams on Raw when you could move one to SmackDown? And I think the tag team division on SmackDown really could have used like an Enzo and Cass, who could have absolutely dominated.
Technically, what? Mic skills or technical skills? Because let's face it, Enzo and Cass...
technically speaking, I'm not a fan of their wrestling.
No, because the only wrestling... Like, Enzo's a 205 guy. He's a 205 wrestler all day long.
I think that's unfair to the 205 Live guys. Did you see the match with him with Cesaro and Raw in February? They had a singles match, right?
Mm.
So basically, Cesaro and Sheamus were annoyed at Enzo and Cass because they cost them the tag team titles to the club.
Oh, is this another week feud?
Yeah, week to week feud again. That's what we mean. And Cesaro, who is debatably one of the better technical wrestlers.
Okay, yeah,
on the roster.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to big him up even any more than that. Don't need to. And super fan. And he had a match with. It wasn't even Big Cass. Like why didn't they put him in the ring with him?
Yeah.
They put him in a ring with Enzo Amore, who botched the shortest, simplest match, right? One of the simplest things in wrestling, right, is when a bigger guy gets hold of a smaller guy, chucks him over the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro did it and tried to pick up Enzo, but he kind of like, it was like he almost intentionally sandbagged him, like made his weight, dead, and couldn't even go over the top rope. So then, instead of trying again, he just threw himself over the rope. It looked absolutely ridiculous. He did that, and then the European uppercut where he Cesaro pops him up and then does it.
Yeah.
He did that, and again, he just didn't get high enough. So then they had to try it again, and it was just like that. It was all Enzo as well. It was absolutely like terrible to watch. And then Cass always botches his finisher.
Oh yeah. Like you think he's going to do the big leg drop and go no elbow.
Yeah, and then he'll do that.
What do they call it?
You got the Empire elbow,
which is shocking.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you've ever, don't know if you guys out there have ever seen it. There's a documentary on I think it's finishers. Well, there's something on the WWE network where there's something about finishers, and everybody hated getting pinned to Hogan's leg drop.
Yeah,
because it's a leg drop.
Of all the things that are gonna,
if I was to leg drop you now, you'd be like, "What? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Shall we do it? Shall we just have a leg drop?
Should we do it?
Good. Oh wow!
If there were more room and the camera could shoot it, if we had a cameraman, maybe. Yeah, and he always botches that. The one where he swings them round into like a sidewalk slam sort of thing. He calls it the East River Crossing, and every time I've seen him do that, he botches that as well. And it's the one thing you've got to do right is your finisher, surely.
Yeah, like Austin, if he ever didn't do his stunner right, everyone would be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Literally.
So I just don't.
You
remember
guys out there
this.
got that. Cheers, but he clearly didn't get that.
What? I didn't. You're right.
Yeah. If Austin botched his thing, you'd be like, "What?"
Oh, what? Sorry, yeah, my bad. Didn't get that at all. Yeah, so you've got these kind of, to digress, you had these, this really uneven brand split, but then, like you say, Raw got the guys. You've got debatably the two, like, most, I don't want to say over, but like the two best people from the Shield.
Well, that's untrue.
I mean, that's up for debate. Maybe you shouldn't say the two best, but they got...
Listen, in the comments, if you want to put who you think out of the brand split got the best out of the Shield, I think Ambrose going over to SmackDown was good for him, but they've let him go to waste. And please, if you do watch this, Dean, stop doing that rope thing. What's it called? What did Thingy call it?
Oh,
the
lunatic lariat, I think you call it. Oh, it's absolutely awful.
So poor, man. If you do watch this, just stop it. Just do a normal thing.
It looks silly. You always no sell before you do it.
Yeah.
like just say Roman Reigns, for example, will Superman punch him. He'll do that thing.
Yeah.
And then, that's like, I know, I've never been a big fan
I like how you bring up Roman Reigns for no selling, but...
They're another man that's guilty of it.
It's another story or another video later.
Yeah.
But you are right with Rollins. Technically, Rollins is one of the best technicians, best sellers.
Yeah, he's absolutely superb.
And his rope work is just out of this world, man.
It is. Like, he's a big guy still, isn't he? He's like still like a solid heavyweight. And he's so athletic.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to go for the top rope.
I just want to point out one thing. It's because he's Seth freaking Rollins, man.
He is Seth freaking Rollins. Big fan of Seth. Keep doing your good things. Another thing as well, right?
He's got the best evil laugh.
Yeah, he does.
The fact that he could hold Strowman's leg and stop him from getting in the ring, but couldn't stop him from putting him through a table.
What would have been more realistic in that situation, right? If Strowman just lifted his leg up, right, and then he still had his arms attached to it. Yeah, like Lego men. You know, like Lego men when their arms come off and they just look like that. Yeah.